for the sincere effort put in for the welfare of our student and the college. Lastly, I would like to encourage all of you to continue to choose right leaders who can lead you in the right direction and carry the power to positively transform our society. Continue to be the change. With this, I once again welcome all of you to the 20th Biennial General Conference of the All Nagaland College Students Union and wish all the participants and delegates a very fruitful and meaningful meet ahead. And as we celebrate with the theme Heralding Tomorrow, let us look forward to a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Scrambling over tribal issues, denominational issues, egoistic issues, or leadership issue. Instead, let us make time to support one another and work hand in hand for the creation of a society filled with peace, hope, and determination for God's greater glory.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low. Put some music on the soft and slow. Baby, we got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all week long.
She did her MA in Sociology, PhD in it. She has also published at least 10 books. She is a member of different academic bodies. She has published various articles in journals. She has organized seminars, workshops, conferences, training, attended a number of symposia, and presented papers and delivered lectures. The list goes on. Before we give time to her, let's all rise up. And before she addresses the August gathering, let's all rise up and give her a warm applause.
Please be seated. I'm a teacher, basically, so when teachers start talking, we tend to go very long. But tonight, don't worry, because I'm going to keep my notes here so that it prompts me to stick on this and not to stray here and there. Greetings to you from Nagaland College Principals Association, and we're very fortunate and thankful to the ANSU for bringing us to this August gathering tonight. Before I begin, I'd like to introduce my colleagues to every one of you. May I start with our General Secretary, Dr. Lily, Principal Science College. Then we have Dr. Ketsuketo Zubitsa, Principal Oriental College. He's a member of. Then we have Dr. Kanzang Hao, Principal Sazole College. Then we have Dr. P. Suresh Father, Innocent. So that's Don Bosco's principal. We have 11 of us in the executives, but some of them are in Dimapur, and one in Kohima is engaged in another meeting right now. So because of that, those of us who are in Kohima are here tonight very happily sitting and witnessing all that you're doing. This is our first time in the ANSU gathering for most of us, so we're just simply awed by what you do and where you are and how you're doing it. We're quite impressed. Thank you, Session Chair, respected Mr. Hikabi, who spoke on the phone last night. For the time given, thank you. Then respected ANSU President, Mr. Biennial and colleagues. Mr. Biennial and colleagues have been visiting colleges, and that's how I think now they're quite closer to the NCPA. Just like our General Secretary had also mentioned, I also had changed a lot of my personal opinion on the student unions and also particularly of the ANSU after I encountered this present team. So congratulations to Mr. Biennial and colleagues. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, respected President, Angami Students Union and colleagues, and also his frontal organizations are also here, so we're happy that we are gathered together here in ANSU's conference, Biennial conference. Former ANSU leaders, dignitaries, teachers and faculty and staff of Kohima Science College, of course my fellow colleagues, students from different colleges, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. Taking this time, like I said, I wish to congratulate particularly the ANSU President and his team for leading the college students in the right direction. This I saw it last year and this year too. My opinion on ANSU, as I've said it earlier, is changing for the better after associating with the present office barriers. And of course, the past also must have its colorful history, but this is the only team where NCPA and particularly ANSU have come together so closely. Both NCPA and ANSU worked together closely, especially during the pandemic last year up until now, coordinating with the government of Nagaland and Nagaland University for issues related to the welfare of colleges and students, acting as custodians of higher education in Nagaland. Quality of education, we talk about quality education, but quality of education depends on the effectiveness or the complacency of its custodians. ANSU, NCPA, ANCA, NSF, ASU, or anything, any student body are important stakeholders in the field of higher education. And we must be vigilant to ensure that quality education is imparted to students, particularly in our state. Stakeholders of higher education in Nagaland must strive harder to ensure that our education system is functional, value-based, vibrant, robust, skill-based, and our products should be and must be employable. When I say employable, it is not just about government jobs. It is about anything and everything under the heaven. We should be able to earn, stand on our own feet, and be able to make a difference, a better difference for our society. We have to be ethical, unbiased, informed, and effective as stakeholders in order to make ourselves a relevant player in the field of higher education in the country and beyond. Nagaland's education scenario is rapidly changing in spite of us being caught and in spite of us being taught earlier, especially when we were young. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Actually, that was the opposite of what we do out here in Nagaland earlier. We go down the hill to carry water in our bamboo or whatever baskets, which is in sharp contrast to how earlier Nagas go down the hill to fetch water. We are rapidly moving from rote culture, memorizing culture, to critical thinking, from archaic, toothless literacy degrees to functional literacy. Yes, indeed, in spite of how much progress we have made, there is still much more room for improvement, and we need to move on much faster and also maybe give more effort to go for progressive growth, especially in the field of education. We are steadily, yes, it's true, we are steadily moving towards heralding a better tomorrow. And with you, so smart, so young, and so able, it just really inspires our hearts and it brings joy and warmth to our souls. Benchmarking quality education initiatives are already underway with National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAC. Every college is talking about NAC. At the national level, and the Academic and Administrative Audit, AAA as we call it, under the purview of the Department of Higher Education, Government of Nagaland at the state level. Under this initiative, I have also assessed more than 10 colleges together with my colleagues and other officials from the Department of Higher Education and also accuracy coordinators of different colleges. We have been going around assessing each other's colleges, be it private college or be it government college. We have been doing that. And it is inspiring to come across top colleges in Nagaland, like Kohima Science College here, St. Joseph's College, Patkai Christian College, all of those are top-rated A colleges. So we're happy to be in the league of achievers by letting these three lead us. And the rest of us are also following, maybe not close behind, but not too far behind. But while on the other hand, some colleges in Nagaland are faring so pathetically. Sometimes when we go for assessment, we end up having 2x2 fellowships with fellow colleagues, with fellow principals, or even start having scolding sessions. Dr. Lily and I, together with another colleague, went to Zinopoto Government College, and Dr. Lily started scolding in Sisumi. She's now Satunumani, but so that's how we end up. Because we love our people, we love our students. We want quality of education to improve in leaps and bounds. That's what we wish to see, even when we're here, occupying an office, or even after that. And I'm sure all the teachers here will agree with me. We want our students to be able, we want our students to be somebody who is able to stand in his or her own feet. Quality education can give confidence to each one of us. Quality education only can earn respect for us. But I think what we're getting more here in Nagaland is we're getting degrees after degrees, but we're unable to stand and innovate new things for sustainable development or even to earn our own livelihood. That should not become a problem. Okay, I will not go too far. I'll come back here. So there is an urgent need to loop in even private universities and institutes of higher learning, those that are not under Nagaland University also we need to loop in, including those which may not be linked to Nagaland University, even central institutes are here now. There should be some mechanisms developed in order to check quality of education in Nagaland, because everybody who are studying in every university or colleges are our children. So we should care for them all, and we should see that some semblance of decent education or very high degrees of decent education should be imparted to wherever our children are studying, irrespective of whichever company or organization have set up colleges or universities. Nagaland should not be allowed to become a hub of commercial educational institutes imparting poor quality education. We know that a lot of institutes do a lot of media campaigns, but when we go inside, we see empty skeleton. We see just the skeleton, but the flesh and the ingredients that should make a robust institution within it to benefit our people are usually absent. So those are the things that we should keep a check. Those who actually go to the classrooms should matter, not a colorful body of governing bodies or visiting guests or professors. I think we should be careful with this. And in this, I want to request the ANSU as a pressure group, when it comes to NCPA, we used to talk amongst ourselves. We principals were so busy with just signature and day-to-day administration of our own offices. Even if we're thinking and having a lot of concern, we cannot give as much time as the student bodies. So I think it's a clever idea that those who are not actually going inside the classes, but those who are this graduated, recent graduates and other leaders comes in to take, because then we can give full time. For us, it becomes impossible. Even amongst ourselves, sometimes our colleagues will say that why not NCPA executives or office bearers do that or go there whatsoever, but we tell them that our work nature is different, and therefore we will continue to be the voice and also the mentors of whether we know it or not, we will try to be an important stakeholder in the field of education, especially of higher education. But we cannot leave our tables too often, though it really is there. So I'd like to request the ANSU officials now, or even the ones that are to come in, if we can look in any type of educational institutions of higher nature, if it comes in, it should come under the purview of the government. I think that is very important. If not, every Dick and Harry will come and set up institutes just to make money and run away. I think that is something that we should prevent if we want the mega society to have students who are quality educated. If stakeholders do not give importance to quality education, our society will be doomed. A lot of people take education to be something just like as if we're drinking water or eating our daily meal. But it goes much more beyond that. For a society to become powerful, for a society to be empowered, quality education, not just mere literacy, imparting literacy, it's not merely imparting how to read and write, but value-based teachings, skill-based teachings. These are something I think, and also inspiring and motivating. Part of a teacher's job, I feel that, is not just to finish the syllabus, complete the syllabus, but it is more of a motivator. How do we motivate our students to become somebody, rather than tearing them or crushing them to nothingness? I think that that's something that we also need to reiterate and learn ourselves again, but we need to empower our society, our young ones, with quality education. We need to unlock new ways of reinventing, redesigning, life-impacting and relevant education system for our people. Theoretical bookish knowledge should not always overshadow the cognitive and practical aspect of education. Higher education must be relevant for Nagaland. The new educational policy, National Education Policy NEP 2020, should be carefully strategized. I'm sure many of us who are here as principals tonight are also part of the committee, just like we are also part of the committee. But it feels like many times committees are set up and it just lies low until the deadline comes and hurriedly we try to implement something. I think those are very dangerous for our state. So we need to carefully strategize and maneuver the education system at par with the best of the best in the country and beyond. Nagaland need not always make excuses that were placed in a landlocked, hilly and difficult terrain. I think we should stop giving excuses for ourselves. Actually, we start with the word actually. Actually, I'm from this and that, whatever. Even when we go to mainland, we start saying that we try to play a pity card. And I think that we should stop. We should stop playing a pity card, but we should start competing with the best. Because now, even if our roads, it's improving now, but even if our roads are bad, even if we cannot go here and there too much, even if our communication systems, okay, it's improving now, maybe a little behind others, lagging behind others. But as long as we try to catch the rest of what others are doing in other parts of the country or of the world through the e-highway, we can frog jump and catch up with the rest of how the students, the teachers, higher education institutes are doing. I think we should try our best and strive. This is why I think one important, rather than the vehicle roads, I think we should also emphasize, the students and every stakeholder should emphasize on the e-highway, improvement of the e-highway. That is going to take us forward. We can listen to lectures from all over the world now. We can have Zoom meetings all over the world now in just a few maybe minutes or click of a button. We are accessible now to all parts of the world. If only our internet and communication systems are improved by the government, it is going to help us to definitely frog jump and join the rest. We should not have played a pity card, and the other stakeholders, especially the government, should look into this. Like I said, we can take the e-highway to frog jump into the league of achievers in the world. Why not? We are no lesser than anyone. May God continue to enable us. May God continue to make us wise and help us to move forward till we achieve practical, usable, quality education that is functional for the present and the upcoming generations to come. Your theme is on heralding tomorrow, quality education. If we use this vehicle to herald a better tomorrow, we can definitely have a brighter, better tomorrow. Thank you so much.
The Union Assembly for the Tenure 2021 was held in 1st October 2021 hosted by Biennial College, Dimapur. The Union visited 30 colleges as a part of our education tour during the tenure 2021 to 2019 to 21. The Union attended 9 programs of the colleges and 11 programs of National Federation and others during the course of the tenure from 2019 to 21. The answer attended 6th meeting for the Kohima Science College Land Issue as a member of the Kohima Science College Land Issue Committee. The Union had 2 meetings with the Review Committee of Inquiry Commission report in regard to utilization of EICT Nuclear Fund at Kedoshi Polytechnic. The Union had 5 meetings with the Honorable Minister of Higher Education and Tribal Affairs, and 3 meetings with Honorable Advisor for Technical Education and election on various issues that concerns the students' community. The Union held 4 meetings with Eastern Nagaland College Students Union in regard to the membership fee. The answer during the course of tenure from 2019 to 21 hold 20 executive council meeting, 8 emergency executive council meeting, 5 consultative meeting, 1 virtual meeting, and 1 review meeting. The 20th final general conference of all Nagaland College Students Union was hosted by Kohima Science College, Jotoma, Autonomous, from 22nd October to 23rd October under the theme Heralding Tomorrow. Unity is Strength, signed Inaman and Jamaica General Secretary Answer. Thank you.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.